and welcome to the Pull Up Experience Podcast edition.
What's up?
As you can see, we got the full crew in the building today and one very, very special guest in the house, or maybe I'll say in the crib. Y'all, it's Mrs. Maria Cribs in the building. Now, if y'all do not know, this lady is somebody very special. Not only does she co-host one of the city's biggest television shows where they help to highlight entrepreneurs and different things around the city as well. She's also big on community involvement, social empowerment, and just authentically being who you are and being okay with that. So today she's going to share some of her awesomeness with us and you guys. And let's welcome Mrs. Maria.
Yes. Thank you for the intro. That's intro killer right there. You got it.
But feel free. I could never do you justice like you can do yourself. So feel free to introduce yourself to the people.
Well, like she said, my name is Maria Cribs. I'm currently hosting a TV show in Cleveland called Cribs in the Ceiling with my husband. People really know my husband, Josh. He played for the Browns for 8 years and the NFL for 10. And so just been living in Cleveland. I'm from Columbus, Ohio originally. Met my husband at Kent State University, and really just his career took off in the NFL, so I kind of had to sit back and just, let him do his thing. And now that he's retired, that's how I popped up on TV, going towards my original calling, I want to say.
Okay.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Love it. So I know already that Cribs in the CLE is like everybody is on it. Everybody's watching. You guys have good guests, engaging conversation, and just keep us aware of what's going on in the city. And you said that was your original calling. That's what you wanted to do. So did you ever go to broadcasting school, or is this natural? Okay.
No, it's natural. Now, I went to Kent State University. Originally, my major was journalism and mass communication.
Gotcha.
But then, when Josh's career took off, I left school, followed him, and then kind of put my dreams on the back burner while he chased his dreams. And ended up, once he retired, it was like, okay, now I feel like it's my turn. My kids are grown. I've been married for a while. I think that's one thing about me. I didn't want to have to, I don't know if it was just me being overprotective. When he was in the NFL, I didn't want to have to get a nanny. I wanted to be like a hands-on mother. And so I got to raise them to an age where I'm like, okay, they comfortable now. If something was ever happening to them, they can talk to mommy, And so now that he's retired, that's when I was like, it's my turn, baby.
I asked that because I feel like the way y'all come across is so organic. It's so fun. It's like fun. It's happiness. It's both of y'all are genuine spirits, and we just always see a good time. We're gonna go into our Good Fridays in a minute. It does, and that's the way it comes across. So I was just wondering if it's organic, and that makes it even better. I love it. I love it.
That's one thing I love too. Like just people that known us, because Josh and I will be married actually next Tuesday. I think it's 26. We'll be married 20 years.
Oh wow!
Even though I'm only 28, so And that's one thing I love. Like when I see people under the comments, they're like, "Man, I know them from back in Kent. They've always been like this, or I grew up with her." That's just how she. Because when people be like, "Is she faking? Are you always happy? Are you always positive?" But I do have my bad days, like anybody. I'm human. But I love when I see people like, "Man, she always been like that." Since she was a little girl, And so it just makes me feel great because speaking of Josh, having his career, I think if I would have tried to start doing this back in my 20s, I probably wouldn't have been authentic. I'd have probably been trying to look like someone else, sound like someone else. I wouldn't, I'm almost 40 now, so. No, excuse me, I'm 40. What do you mean almost 40 now? so I know myself, and so when we started doing this show, I think it was perfect timing, even though in my mind, I'm like, man, I should have been doing this years ago. I shouldn't have been because it happened at the right time, so I could just be myself. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Little known fact. And I know you may not remember, but I met you and Josh back at, I don't remember what park was before. It was Park. Y'all, this was a long time ago on West 9th. A long time ago. And I don't remember, I think you might have complimented me or something. And you was
that sounds like me.
And I was like, she is so sweet. I was like, I love seeing it. I was like, he out with his wife. They out to have a good time. It's the club. Y'all dance out. And I was like, I like them. That was like my first time seeing y'all out in public besides what I saw of Josh on TV.
That makes me feel good.
Yes, you were the same. You were exactly the same. You were exactly the same.
It makes me feel good too because me being an athlete's wife, it's like, oh, she gotta be an ish. coach. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't try to go out of my way to show people that I'm not, but I've met some that I always wonder, like, you know, why are you like this? Especially if you didn't come from, like, some of the NFL wives and professional athletes wives, they come from money. They you know, so I understand them being a little snoopy. But for the ones, I'm like, you hood just like me. Why you acting like this? You know, you ain't gonna be acting like this. Yeah. So it makes me feel good to say that I complimented you. And
Yes, you
know,
did. I
positive
remember
energy.
for sure.
Yeah.
It was. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree. That first time I remember meeting you, you guys were just starting the show, or the show was about to start, and you all hosted a free Gemini Man screening for everybody. To, like, anybody who in the city wanted to come, just come. So I was like, ooh, free date night.
Yes,
cool,
thank
let's do
you.
it. And her husband just happened to be a Gemini.
Oh,
right?
he crazy.
So,
I'm sorry. Any Geminis up here?
No, not today.
No, they crazy. I love y'all, but y'all crazy.
But because one thing I did say was she doesn't stand in his shadows, because she held the hosting of the whole event, from the giveaways to the games to just, like you said, just meeting people, compliments. She just is a different energy, and it's infectious almost. Like, it makes you just, if you're having a bad day, like, you know what, we gonna get through it and whatever and have a good time. So I wanted to ask you, because you do compliment him so well, and you still have been able to maintain your individuality, how did you navigate that space? Because so many people are starting off as entrepreneurs, or even just trying to operate in their gift, like you're operating your gift. And it gets tough because we do see so many examples of what should be or what could be, and we almost try to reflect what they're doing instead of staying true to who we are.
Right. I think that's a really important question that you asked, because it wasn't always like that. I think me just having a very outgoing or outspoken personality, it was kind of hard to sit back and watch Josh, who, when I met him at Kent in college, he was quiet. And I know on TV now he's talking. He says I rubbed off on him, but he was very quiet and reserved. So it's weird to see, like, man, he's living his dreams and he's doing everything he want to do, getting all his attention. And then sometimes we would go to certain outings, like autograph signings and things like that, it was just weird because sometimes they would come up to us and ask a question, but they really just be looking at him. And I'm like, man, I got something to say on this. So it was like no one was really checking for me. And I think if I had low self-esteem or insecure, it might have bothered me. You know, like, man, I'm somebody too, you know, but I just didn't feel insignificant in that way to where I needed to step out of, you know, or try to outshadow him or try to grab attention from him, because it made me feel good knowing that, man, somebody in this relationship is living their dreams. Like, I think that's my personality. Like, I want to be supportive. I want to, like, man, if you can do it, I know my turn is coming. Or even if it's not, I'm glad to see somebody happy. I think it's just being, you know, walking and knowing who you are, being secure in who you are, knowing that, you know, God made me just like he made him. So I got something to offer too. It might not be my turn. It might not, no one might not be checking for me right now, but I know it's coming, you know. So just having patience and knowing that greater is in you just like it is in the next person. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, it was hard though, because it's like, especially with me, you know, now on TV, I'm like, man, I'm getting older now. Like, you know, you don't know how much time you have left, because, you know, they want the youngest, hottest, next best thing. And
you see
so,
that?
thank you. I'm happy for me, but yeah, so I think just being patient, but then being like, just being present in the moment, being happy for others, but also still, you know, try to carve out, figure what you want to do. So don't just sit back now. Just be prepared, so when your time comes, you're ready, you know?
How is it navigating? Because y'all have two wonderful kids, and they are just as much. They are like everybody. But how is it navigating? Because you are still a woman, just an individual woman, but you are legit a mother and legit a wife. Like, you don't take no days off on none of that.
Yeah.
So how is that balance? Because we always talk about it and we swear up and down it don't exist. But I don't know, somehow you making it look easy.
Girl, what it looks like ain't always is. I think I've always been a hands-on mom. Like I said, I never wanted to have a nanny. And no offense to anyone who does. That's just, I wasn't raised like that, and I really wanted to be there for my kids. But I think also too, like, I came to the realization, and I don't know if y'all can attest to this, like, I wanted to do everything. I'm like, I can handle anything. Like, I tried to be superwoman for so long, and that eventually wore me down to where now it's like, Josh want to, you know, open up the door for me, or he want to, you know, go take my car to get fixed, which usually I would, you know, take care of that, because he was in NFL. Like, his job was to do your job and provide. I took care of everything else. And I think it was part of me also too, like trying to compensate for something. Like, well, the least I can do is do everything else since he's providing this great lifestyle for us. But looking now, you know, yeah, I think it's maybe not feeling deserving. Like, man, all my friends got jobs and I'm up here, I'm a housewife, being taken care of. He getting up at 5 in the morning. I come home till 7 sometimes. Man, I gotta offer something. And it wasn't until I hit like 30 something, like, you know what? God blessed me with this. So I don't have to be superwoman and feel like I gotta compensate for everything. Not to say I love being a mom and it was great to be hands on, but it took a while for me to be like, I ain't gotta go to every one of them kids' game. They alright. You know, I just wanted to always be in the mix and, you know, my presence being felt. But I think maybe, now that I'm talking out loud, I think maybe that would have been like a insecurity. Feeling like I had to just compensate for everything that he was doing, you know? But then also feeling like I gotta be superwoman because, you know, I can't let them see me sweat. I can do it all. You know, and that did wear me down. You know, when my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer, I think everything kind of just hit me. And I was like, I was down and out for a few months, just stressed out. And I think just knowing that I don't have to be superwoman. You know, it was great when I was doing it in my 20s. I was young, I had the energy. But women, I think we don't have to be superwoman. It's okay to let somebody do some things for you. You deserve to be taken care of. And if you're a housewife and your man got extra money and you ain't got to work, you can live in that blessing. Or, you know, it's just be living in the blessing. You know, so that's what I would say. Like, I love being a mother. I love they cool though. My kids, my daughter, she came back to college with an attitude. So we working on this. But I'm doing the best that I can with them. But
them young ladies.
Yeah, young ladies. I think it just be because my mom, you know what it probably is? My mom, she's a police officer, and my mom, they divorced when I was younger, so I was mostly single parent household. I think my mom having to work all the time and not being able to come to events and track meets and stuff like that. Maybe that's why I really want to be there. Yeah, compensate for something. Yeah. Good question.
Because we try to be everything that we wanted our parents to be to us. So we try to provide for our kids everything that we didn't have.
Yes.
So,
that's true. Yeah.
That's probably a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, since we talking about happiness and having a good time and everything, your Fridays, and I know everybody know about the Friday show. The Friday show.
What the mics at right now? Oh my goodness.
Like that, to me, it's like when you turn it on, when you scroll and it pop up, you like, yes. It's like you could be having like, when you were absent for a minute, it definitely, when I saw you pop up, you see I was immediately
like, where you been?
Right. Like you right on time though. Like I had a rough week. It's like right on time. And we need to see that. We need to see positivity and to know that, all right, you had a rough week. It's Friday. It's time to let all that go. Yeah. Go have yourself a good time. Have a great weekend. I love that. Who thought of that?
I don't even know where it came from. I think I can sing, even though I got a little tonsillitis going on right now. I think I know how to sing.
Did you know we was about to be like,
I know.
You already know what you said.
I had to recall it every day before I walk in here. I have a whole Recall in my mouth, my water. I'm like, my throat is so dry. I don't know where it came from. I was like, you know what? All this craziness going on in the world, like, as black folks, we got it hard in this country. Yeah. You know, we got to work these 9 to 5s. 5 days a week. Oh, how can you work 5 days a week and only get 2 days off? Like, that don't even make no sense. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not right.
Yeah. And so I do, like, in a weird way, I think my calling is to try to make people smile or, you know. And so I had my little karaoke machine and my little speakerphone, and I was like, just hit play. I just want to say something real fast. And all that came out was, it's Friday. It was Friday. And then when I tell you, I seen how many responses and comments I got. And then, you know, because social media is all about consistency. Mm-hmm. Your girl ain't consistent. I be having things to do, right?
You or me.
If I don't,
I can't tell because your content strategy.
It ain't no strategy.
You can't tell. It's from the Wake and Move Monday and get ready and actually move around and get the blood flowing Mondays to the It's Friday to the karaoke parties. Josh, let me tell you something.
Right. I like that.
It's like it just makes you a complete person, and from the outside looking in, it gives us a good little glimpse of it, but also shows us that everything is content.
Yeah,
like, it's literally no wrong way to go about it. When I seen you on the Shade Room one time, I was like, "Oh, they
acting up."
They was tagging in it.
it's not even a strategy either. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, I'm not consistent. And so I could be like Beyonce. Beyonce posts when she wants to. And then I get shadow banned when I do post, ain't nobody looking. So it's like, I just want to post like what I feel, like kind of like just being authentic. Like, okay, but I think I'm good at like energy, so I can feel like the vibe. But like when I see posts, I see like people down and out, let me go ahead and do one these Friday. Even though I'm laying down on my couch, it's 7 o'clock at night, let me go ahead and try to make somebody smile, because it's hard out here. It's people stressed out, and if I can make them smile or forget about their problems or give them a different perspective on something that they might be going through, because we all human. We all kind of go through the similar, situations. I'm like, let me go ahead and put a word out here and see if I can help somebody. And then when I don't do it, I get all these DMs like, where you been? I mean, you ever heard of consistency? I'm like,
you don't even know who you don't know who you
watch
around.
So I'm like, let me keep going. So I've been trying to stay consistent, but Instagram, they be faking. They be having me shadow banned if I don't post enough. So, but I think whoever is meant to see it, we're gonna see it.
Very true. Very true. So with Josh, when he retired and you guys had to, he was at home more. So I know that was different.
Got on my nerves. No, yeah. Got on my nerves. I'm like, the dirty clothes basket is right here. Your socks are right here. No, it took some adjustment. I'm sorry, I didn't want to. No.
My question was because so then y'all came with the show, and Josh was known as like Cleveland's. I don't know, but everybody loved Josh. It was like, and I think maybe because y'all was so close to home too. Y'all. Is he from Columbus?
Well, no, he's from DC. Okay. He's from Washington DC, but he went to college in Kent, so that's kind of like when you go to college somewhere, they still look at you as like one of their own. So it was like
Cleveland's Brown. That's what it was like. Everybody loves Josh. Everybody wanted to make sure what Josh doing this week, what he doing on the field. So when he came home and y'all had more time together, then y'all came with the show. How is it? Do you feel like having the show? How do y'all balance home life basically, and y'all be together on the show and y'all recording? So y'all spend more than average time together. You know what I'm saying? Because you still gotta have date night. You still gotta have privacy for y'all too, and y'all gotta have y'all family. Like how is it? Do you think you get more out of it, and or do you feel like sometimes like
we want to try separate today. You want to try to work together. I went back with this. Josh a Gemini. He could be moody. Not to say I can't. Your girl get attitude sometimes too. But it's like it's crazy because we really are like just family. And so family had their good days, they had their bad days. For the most part, we really are just cool. We really love each other. We really like, even though we married, kind of like homies,
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Thank God.
That is the way it's supposed to be.
When you're working with your spouse, my kids could have said something to like get on my nerves, sent me a text, ask for money or something crazy. But when you go to work and you work with your spouse, if you have attitude, everybody always, they must be arguing today. It's like, Josh and I have been married 20 years, we don't argue. I say what I gotta say, he say we gotta say, we're like, let's go to lunch, And so I think that's one thing that was hard for me, like, I would never want to, you feel like you can't relax because I'm worried about my brand, even though we've been doing this show in Cleveland for a couple of years. It's like, I don't know where this could take me. So I would never want to be working around people who would see like, oh, they got an attitude and just start, not looking at us like, look at us like you look at your relationship. Like, people fuss, And so Josh and I are really intentional. I was like, hey, you got an attitude with me. Let me know in the car, And it rarely happens because ain't nothing going on. But I will say, like, we had a week where he went out to LA to do something, so he was doing the show from Zoom. And I was like, man, it felt good to just ride to work and not have to be speeding out of traffic because he usually drives. I probably get used to that. I got here an hour early. With Josh, we getting there 10 minutes before the show. So those things are kind of different. But it is like when you're working with your spouse all the time, I can see how when people start getting on them reality shows and stuff and then start exposing who they really are if they haven't been together long enough. It's like, man, I don't like the way you talk to me, or I don't like the way you looked at me. But when it comes to us, like, we just cool, so it don't really be none of that, Yeah, it's just, thank God. But maybe because we've been married so long, we got that out in our 20s. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now we're like an old married couple. Like, give me a alone, Harold. Yeah. Stop snoring, Josh. Yeah. So, but if it was in our 20s, oh my gosh. If we would have had Twitter and Instagram like that, oh my gosh. I think we got that thing. Fingers crossed. It's been a blessing.
20 years is a big deal.
Yeah.
It really is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I had a man, a patient, come in the other day, and he was like, he would be 95 next month.
Ooh, I know.
He had all his wits and everything about himself and everything, and he was talking about his wife. He was like, 72 years. I was like, 72 years, huh? He was like, yeah. I said, elaborate on that. How did that happen? How did this 72 years come about? And he said, I found the one. I had a good woman. He was like, she was so good to me. If she'd have been any better, I'd have been overjoyed. I was like,
appreciate her.
Like, you never heard that before, did you? I was like, that is amazing.
Right.
And you know what he said? Yeah. He said, what everybody else say, communication. Yeah. What everybody else say, but he said exactly what you're saying, friends. He was like, the friendship, we were friends. We laughed together, we joked together, we do all of that together. Yeah. We are friends. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Because usually you hear people always bashing their wife. Oh, my own ball and chain. I can't wait till I come up with parole. Yeah. And so it's like, why
he said
not?
Overjoyed. I was like, well.
Yeah, you're not used to that. I think too, like, with Josh and I, we just been through so much, and just to be able to witness each other grow. I wouldn't recommend nobody get married as young as we did. We got married when we was 20. Okay, I wouldn't recommend that to everybody. But the fact that we were able to stick it out, stay together, and then be like, man, we used to argue over goofy stuff, or it's just. It makes me proud to hear him talk about his thoughts like that, because usually you don't get that. You got somebody on the bash, you know? Yeah.
So how did you know? I know we don't have Josh here, and I know it's the man that asked. But how did you know, this is my baby? This is it right here.
I think just thinking about, he was just so quiet, so peaceful. When I was in college, I worked at this the rec center, and I was one of the girls working there. All the guys try to come holler at you, and I'm like, you would just see these knuckleheads trying to holler at everybody. But his energy was just different. He was just really quiet, really peaceful. And I think I came to college with a high school sweetheart, which I don't recommend anybody do that either. Don't do it. Lord. And so I was not looking for anyone. And then when he showed up, trying to holler at me for a while, I was like, let me give him a chance. And maybe because his mom's a pastor, and he just had a different energy about him. And I'm so glad I gave him a shot. He wasn't a knucklehead, He wasn't like your typical. I will say he's not your typical what you would think of an athlete, being a playboy, trying to get with everybody. He was not that guy, and I think that he had the muscles and all that too. I had to. His energy was just different. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Yeah. I love it.
Man, it's crazy just thinking about time flies. I can't believe I've been married 20 years. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yes, and y'all still so young. Yeah, and y'all still so young. Y'all still have so much longer to go. Y'all gonna be talking about 72.
Man, I receive it.
For real.
Yes, God willing.
So, you guys have started. First of all, let's talk about this last skit. I laughed.
With the robbery one?
Yes.
Okay, no, those skits now. I knew by his Friday. Those skits are all Josh. Really? I can see how he made it so far in life, because he's I'm not detail oriented. I'm like, just figure it out when the cameras start rolling. He went, you gonna do this, you gonna wear this, you gonna say, he likes to plan everything out. And I tell you, that skit took about an hour. And the skit was only 6 seconds long. I'm robbing him, trying to get money out of him. I'm like, Josh, you can't be wearing me out there. I'm like, look, Josh, all the skits that I did went viral. I didn't have no script. I just record this.
So I believe I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And he want to just detail everything, clean everything out. But we be having I think that's our thing now. We had the show as a platform. I'm like, I feel like there's more to us than this. You know what I mean? So sometimes people want to pigeonhole you, keep you, local, or just keep you doing one thing. And I'm like, we've been doing this show almost 4 years. We should have more coming from this. So we're gonna try to step up our social game, because everybody's on social. You
that's
never know
what
who's
it
watching.
is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's the people that they have their marketing game together, and it takes them off. It takes them from here, and then next thing you know, it's like everybody's
Yeah.
Y'all just started. We were talking about this before the show started. Your vacation.
Oh, okay. So
your vacation. So tell us about that.
Okay.
Yes,
so Josh and I, we went to our family. We had went to Aruba last April, and we were like, you know what? We had a great time. Like Aruba. If anybody watching, y'all ever been to Aruba?
Yes.
It's beautiful. You been there?
It's my second best.
Oh yeah.
My second.
What's your first?
Barbados.
Okay, I've never been to Barbados.
Okay,
Barbados is the water still
in
the hotels. Okay, they got some food. Okay,
I'm looking up.
No. If you go, what is his name? I'm gonna give you the name of the guy, the tour guide. Oh, he's amazing.
Okay.
So he's gonna take you to the food, but when we went out on our own, they tend to have the same things at their restaurants. But the local stuff is amazing. That he can take you to.
Barbados your number. Okay. So
yes, the water is. Oh.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Better get to Barbados. Okay. Let me see how much I got on my credit card. So because we went to Aruba last year, we was like, you know what? You know what's missing? It was just us four. And you know what's missing? Like people we know. You know, like why can't we go to the lobby and see people we know, or be at like wouldn't it be so fun if we was in the water with like some family and friends, right? And so we got back from Aruba. We had sent out a message and we let everybody know that we had went there. We was like, you know, the only thing that's missing is people we know. So yet next year we're gonna try to see. I want them to prepare their minds and their bank accounts too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it ain't cheap. Yeah. And so we sent a feeder out to people like, you know, we might go to Aruba next year. We gonna hitch up around the time and see if y'all want to go. So we ended up sending the thing out, and 44 people ended up going to Aruba with us. And when I tell you,
that's
I was
a good
right, but I was like for real a little picky because I wanted like good energy. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody.
Oh, you have to be.
Yeah. Don't be on vacation
or
arguing with your spouse and your, you know, And when I tell you, it was the best group of people I could have ever prayed for. Like, and it was no agenda. It wasn't like we're gonna do excursions at 8 a.m. Be out here in the lobby. It was like everybody just there together, but y'all all doing y'all's own thing. Now, even though everybody started going to restaurants and stuff together, it was just like everybody just gelled and meshed. And what made my heart tickle was at the end, like the last night, everybody about to get ready to leave. They were like, all right, so we come back here next year. Everybody asked. And I was like, that was good. So we want to kind of grow it. You know, we got sick of going on vacation. I'm like, I mean, I love everybody, but it's like, where the black folks at? You know what I mean? Yeah. And we were there. I was telling you, everybody was like, the people, you know, the resort was like, what are you guys here for? We're here for the same things you're here for, vacation. You know? So it was like, black folks can't vacation, you know. And so Josh and I were also saying, like, we might need to turn this into like a little travel thing. Like, black folks travel, you know what I mean?
That's a great idea. Count me in.
Okay.
Count me in. Definitely will pull up to that. I love getting up out of here.
Okay, me too.
I love getting up out of here.
Yeah. So that was the whole thing behind that. So I hope it grows, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. That's a great idea. If y'all can do something like Russ Parr or what? No, not Russ Parr.
Tom Jordan. Tom Jordan.
Tom Jordan. Yeah. People
sponsors or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard that right.
Hey, holla at your girl. We doing black folks travel.
Black folks travel.
Get your passports ready. You know.
That would be good though. Because everybody remember, like back in the day, we used to have stamp collections.
Yeah.
And I think black kids need to have the same stamp collection idea, but it'd be passport stamps. And let's go here, let's go there. Because experience and exposure, it changed our trajectory.
Yeah.
And we talk so much, or especially you, which I love doing. Thank you for that. You are really intentional about making sure you stand up for the culture, period. And making sure that you keep us exposed in a way that is still, like, it's poised. You know, we don't have to, like, press our hair or change our tone or anything. And we're just beautiful as is, and you help to highlight that. And I really love that you do that. And I think it would be dope just to have you kind of lead in that whole exposure. I was following.
Thank you.
Definitely. I'm sure plenty. You see, 44 people showed up. That's
for the
nice
first
amount.
time.
That's the first
time. They were complaining too. They was like, you know, you ain't really give us that much notice. I'm like, okay, so maybe yeah. And when you said something about being intentional, you know, that's one thing too about me doing this later on in my, you know, my adulthood is that I was really intentional about, okay, I got little young black girls and black boys watching. You know, what do we want to say? How do we want to look? You know, if I could easily just like, okay, straighten me me out. I want to have my, get my 20 inches down in here like I like, But I was like, you know what? I want to look like their moms. I want to look like their grandmas. I want my hair to look like their hair possibly look, So I'm very intentional about what I say. We're very intentional about some of the content we put on the show. We want to expose certain things or show certain things. One thing that blesses my soul when I'm out and about, and I like the other day I was at a park here in Cleveland. What was it? A Lakewood Park, and a little girl was like, she knew who I was. I looked at the Solstice steps. This is so beautiful. A little girl, she could have been, I think she was 11. And she knew who I was. She was walking by herself. She said, I know you. You the lady from TV. I was like, oh. She said, I know she might know hair. And I was like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Yeah. Man.
Because you pressed it, and even my baby was like, she changed her hair.
Yeah. What's wrong with her? Look, yeah. Some people got mad. Everybody got mad. They was like, oh, you changed. And I'm like,
it was beautiful. You could change
it or afro. Yeah.
It was beautiful. Either way you wear it, any way you wear it is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We be having a good time though. Like it's just amazing to see. Like, cause I will say this, at first when we first got on air, I was like, are people watching? Cause we would get a lot of viewer comments, and I was, some of the DMs we were getting. I was like, I don't think our community is watching. And now when we go out, I would say this last year, I don't know what's going on, but they're like, we proud of y'all, and that's just. I mean, I could tear up just thinking like it's just because you wonder if you're doing a good job for your people,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so that was one thing I was like, man, they keep saying they proud of it.
That's wonderful. Yeah. I had a great experience on the show, even though I think my kneecaps were shaking.
Why?
No, I have.
You trying to make everybody comfortable.
And y'all were so. It was such a good time before the show. Y'all made me feel so welcome and inviting.
And you can't bring a wine like why would we? I'm gonna see some wine, girl.
It was like when he was like the camera was on, just all of a sudden I just was like.
Asking the question, she like. I mean, you was just talking to me on the commercial break.
I was like, what happened? But I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? And everything, and I could tell that the cast and everybody there enjoys taping y'all and loves y'all being on, and everybody was so friendly and just it was a really good time. I enjoyed that. And I got exposure for sure.
You did?
Yes, absolutely.
And that was back when we had just started,
I definitely got exposure. I definitely got inquiries, people coming in. So many people were like, they saw me on the show. So many people.
We need to run that one back. Run it back. Yeah. Come back. You gotta come back whenever you want to.
Oh, yes, I will.
Just bring me a couple bottles.
Yeah, of course.
I'm joking.
Oh, and shout out to you too for giving me a Friday shout out.
Oh yeah,
that was
had that wine.
Yes. I loved it.
Yeah, that's one thing too. I would say like I was doing little things to kind of like involve the community. I'm like, man, I be going to bat for them. Like, I hope they watching. And then now, just knowing that they watching, they like us, they approve of us, because you want to make your people proud.
You do.
You know.
You do.
Like, I hope they don't think they're just because sometimes you on TV, you can feel like you. And that might be a history of me getting in my mind thing. Like, you can feel like you up there shucking and jiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you don't think so? Yeah, that's what my husband was like. I don't think people see it like that. I'm like,
because y'all are very, like, normal. Y'all not, like,
trying to
feel
be,
like y'all
okay.
No, I don't feel like that.
Okay.
And then, too, to know that you have a diverse audience, to know that you have a little bit of everybody watching says a lot too. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely relatable. And that's how I felt. I mean, watching it and trying to catch up once I knew that I was going to be on the show, I was like, they very relatable. Like, I like the content. The content is good. It's always positive. And even if it's not positive, like if something goes on in the world and you guys talk about it, even if it's not positive, y'all still try to do what y'all can to bring positivity and awareness to it. So yes, it's I never felt like y'all was putting on or not once. No,
I think that's the thing too. Like having a diverse audience. We're like, well, man, we don't want to offend our white audience.
It's so true.
It was like this stuff got to be said, you know. And when I tell you they DM, like, we appreciate you, white folks. We appreciate you saying it like that. We didn't understand it. When Josh he made some reference about a panda bear being extinct or going extinct and why Black Lives Matter, you know. And he got a couple emails like, I didn't think about it that way until you said it that way, and thank you for opening my eyes, you know. So I think our audience knows, like, if we bring up something, we're not trying to disrespect no one or make no one feel bad. We're just trying to make you be aware of what's going on and maybe change your perspective because you like us, we black. Why you don't like this person driving down the street? You know what I mean. That's all black folks just like me and Josh. You know what I mean. And we got crazy people in our race, just like you got crazy people in your race. But don't judge them. Don't judge the.
Absolutely.
So I think that's
everybody does.
Yeah, we got a responsibility.
I think it's the way it's being said. Too. You know what I'm saying?
It comes off as
like in
self-love, or love for the culture and love for us doesn't necessarily equate to hate for you.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's how it comes across. So it's well received because it's not so aggressive in its approach as more as it's just a awareness. Like, hey, we need to talk about it because if we don't speak on it, we're just as bad as those who are.
Like we're perpetuating.
Yeah. We're just as bad.
I will say this though, when I wear my afro, I get like some extra like Angela Davis energy, like
sister.
I'm like, what am I turning into? Nothing about that afro. I show them like it's the antennas probably. I don't know what it is, but I get real militant with that afro.
You be like,
power to the people. I do. It's like okay, calm down, Maria. Calm down, sister. I noticed that. I'm like, what is going on with me? Yeah.
But I think that is important.
Coming through.
Right.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
I think that it's important that not that we don't have positive representation on television, because we do, and we've had it throughout the years. But I think that it's important to have that, so that because some people don't. Like we were having a conversation about people who are from areas where they literally never see any of that.
Yeah.
You know, and if they're only watching that box, we know what that box shows.
Yeah.
So we definitely need positive representation. And then not only that, y'all do, but the black love, baby. The black love.
Let me tell you what happened though when we first got on this show. It was so embarrassing because we a black show, you know, it's us. Josh and I are executive producers, okay? We also the host of the show. Thank God. We finally got that title, right?
Yes.
And so, but a lot of people behind the scenes are not black, right? And so it was so embarrassing when we first started out. All of the hate mail. The guy, I'm not gonna say his name, one of our producers, he was our EP at the time. He pulled us to the side and said, "You're getting a lot of criticism." I'm like, "From who?" Black women, they think you're being too mean to Josh. And he's showing me some emails, and I was so hurt. And I was like, then I read a book. What did I read a book? Was it The Miseducation? It was one of the books that we need to read, you know, as Black Americans. And it had said that we get the most criticism from our own because we identify. They looking like, wait a minute. They see themselves in me. And so it helped me understand it, but it was so embarrassing to have to explain to this white man why I might be getting all this hate from black women. You just talk to him too mean. You're giving him a hard time. And I'm like, okay, I think about my son and how I be protecting him. So there's like it's like a motherly thing. They want to protect Josh from me, who they think is like this. And so I said, Josh, I said, you know what? You be coming on the show too calm. Got me looking crazy. I'm just high energy. That's all. Josh over here like you like. That's all. Back like this. Go ahead and react to fool. And so, but now, because some of the same people emailing like, y'all better not cancel this show. I love them. So I'm like, okay, maybe. But at first, I was so hurt.
I bet.
What am I doing wrong? You know, and I was like, you know what? I told them from that moment on, I said, I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see the good emails or the bad emails. I said, you want to send to somebody, send to Josh, you know. Because I don't need that kind of, like, because then I'll be thinking about what I say. You know, I got
it to be organic. Yeah, it would definitely take away if you have to worry about, you know, who you might insult and who you might.
That was very energy. Because sometimes if you start to live for that praise, you'll die from that criticism. So it's like, I need more. I want more. I don't even care.
So that's a good way to be. It keeps it wholesome and organic.
I'm like, I don't know how hard I'm in here fighting in this studio. Like, we need to, because it was got to a point in our show where we had a lot of guests, and I'm like, you know, I had a conversation like, a lot of these guests they don't look like us. You know what I mean? And with TV, I'll give y'all, I don't know if y'all know anything about TV. I had to learn it. TV's about money.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta pay to sit on certain interview sets or do certain segments and stuff like that. And so that's when I had to send a little email, need a meeting. And I'm like, you know, black businesses don't have access to as much capital as white businesses or, you know, other businesses. So you can't just tell people no because they can't afford this amount to come on the show or come on TV. You know what I mean? So that really changed their perspective. And now it's like, having no conversation. That's why when I was getting criticism from my community, I'm like, I be
here
like, now my people gonna come up in here. Yeah, but I understand. Like, they didn't know, just like I didn't know, you know. So they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But I love them. Ain't nothing they can do about it. So.
Yeah. So who creates your content? Do you guys come up with the show? Then the guests?
Yeah. And then we have certain clients and people think our show is scripted. I'm like, Josh and I, especially when you so the block of the show is 4 blocks in television. You got A, B, C, and a D block. So the A block, the first commercial break is just all our content, what we want to put in, what we want to say. And sometimes we'll have like hot takes, which is all our ideas as well. And then we'll have a package that maybe we put out on the set and did like or went to a business and did like a segment or something like that. Yeah. Usually they pay someone, and they have like a creative meeting to discuss like what they kind of want to cover. But when we go there, we're figuring out what we're gonna do. So no one's telling us what to say, what to do, how we gonna spin this. You know what I mean? And then we had the D block where we probably usually put like a kicker video or wrap the show. So yeah, but then when we do interviews, we do have a senior producer. She'll write some of the questions. She'll look at what they're coming to talk about. Maybe send us like some info or bios. Yeah. They'll have like a welcome script and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just us. It's crazy. I did a
great job.
Yeah. At first I was like, how they gonna have us put together a show? We ain't never did this before. Yeah. But now I'm kind of glad that it was like, hey, this y'all stay, figure it out. Because now when we go, if we ever make it to another level, I know we know, at least we know how to do it. You know, we might have somebody doing it all for us, but at least we know we can do it if we needed to. Yeah.
No, sorry, Maria Kid. She didn't know what executive producer means when you said it.
Oh!
So can you explain
that means
a little bit more?
He being funny.
You just gotta laugh. You see, he the only one who laughs.
Are you EP?
No.
No.
So for her and the audience that might know what it means to be executive producer on the show.
That means that the concept for the show, what we gonna do and how we gonna do it comes from us. So, you know, who we wanna have on, what we wanna say, that's just all of us. And we have a senior producer who she kind of more like, she's creative too, because she does a lot of our editing and stuff like that. She's amazing, but she, does like a lot of the clerical, a lot of the creative meetings and things like that, because she's really good at editing and she's been in that station for a long time. She knows TV. I think this is her first time being on a talk show. But she knows that, and she knows, that building. She knows who to call for what. She handles like production stuff like that. But as far as what we want to do, how we want to move, yeah. So but we needed that because our first EP, he left, and when he left, I was like, you know what, the climate that we're here in America, we putting a lot of our career, like we doing A to B. At that time, we were doing A to B and a D block. We should be EP. Yeah. So when we knew he was leaving, we went there and had that conversation. Like we need to be EPs. And our GM at that time was like, that was easy. He was like, okay, yeah.
I'm EP.
So we did want to get Kevin on your show. How would he be able to be casted?
What's that?
You just tell you want to come on. So if somebody wants to come on the show.
Yeah, see, he could be like the Joker or something like that.
Y'all throwing shade
like
now.
Or something. He could definitely be the resident gesture.
You know what? Sounds all right.
That's all right. They did the little dance.
I'm the referee.
But I like what y'all doing here. Y'all growing and.
Listen, God is good. That's all I can say. Because we started. It'd be a year in what? Couple of days.
Yeah.
A couple of days. We started this, and from episode 1 to maybe 64 episodes.
64. And that got over 30,000 people, or is it more than that now?
We got 4,000 subscribers.
4,000 subscribers.
We had 100.
She's talking about Instagram.
Oh, Instagram,
yeah. We had like over 100,000 views.
Oh my gosh.
4,000 subscribers.
From 30 to 100,000, yeah.
Listen.
But at first it didn't feel like, is anybody watching? Hello?
No, listen.
We got Nakia. Nakia might have been the
Nakia was the kid.
But she the one, she gonna be like, she gonna make that intro, you gonna come on the show, you gonna do this. She reach out, yes, I will.
And I've always said this from the beginning, like, I know some beautiful black people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I didn't know until they came around. I'm like, wait a minute, I know so and so.
And it was just like y'all just introducing people, like it was just so natural. And then I think it's the wine too. It's just legit.
It's like drink champs. You know what I'm saying?
You call with me.
What's flavor is this?
The mango
Mango
Moscato.
Moscato.
One of my
I had that
favorites.
one before. What's this, the red?
Yeah, blackberry Merlot.
Yeah.
I don't think you've had
I
that
don't
one.
think I've had this one.
Yeah.
I've had it now.
Some of that.
You gotta get you some of that.
Yeah.
That's what I think it's about though, like showcasing. Even I was just saying on the show today how like every time someone talks about the great actors and singers, a lot of them came from Ohio and Cleveland, and so we got a lot of greatness here. It's like, why do you feel like we need to go? Like I would be thinking in my 20s, being young and naive, like I want to go to New York and be on a TV show, or I want to go to LA. You know, if you can't crush where you at,
Right.
how you gonna go out there with saturated with everybody wanting to be
saturated?
Yeah.
You have to stand out, and that's still not even enough.
No, it's not.
That's still not even enough.
No.
My grandson, he's in barber
Who?
salon.
Your what? Your godson? She said
my grandson.
Yeah,
My grandson.
He said
He's
what
in
school?
High school. He'll be a sophomore.
I'm about to drink this wine. Are you serious?
Yeah. And he's in Barbizon, and that's what he wants to
I
do.
used to
He
do that
wants to
stuff.
be
I used to
a
do that
barber.
stuff and everything.
Yeah. And I
They would
told
take
him,
all my
I
money.
said,
They taking your money.
But you know that's how they try to play.
You want an IMAX? It's going to be $4,000.
Oh, guess what? They had the right one, baby. They
Yeah.
had the right one.
Got together.
I got them all the way
Yeah.
together. I got them all the way together. I'm like, listen, I paid for tuition. Now I want to see some action.
Yeah.
I want to see some things happen.
I paid 3 different companies. And,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah. Because I wanted to be an actor. I knew when I was a kid, probably like your grandson. But he in high school? Hold on. Did you say high
He's
school?
in high school. Yes.
Why you
And I
got
try to
grandson?
tell him.
I know black dog. Crack your stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. You got cocoa butter on your
That's a little bit of
Yeah, that ain't no
shade.
with the black soap. The black soap.
Right.
Looking good.
But yeah, I tell them, you have to stand out, but you have to be exceptional. You have to offer more. They want a whole package nowadays.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it can't just be, oh, I can act, or I can sing, or I got to look. They want you to play the piano, the guitar. You have to be exceptional. You have to stand out. So yeah, I stay on him about it, like practicing.
Yeah.
Practice your
So what is
craft.
it that he's doing? What is he doing? Singing, dancing, modeling?
Acting and modeling.
You need to go ahead and just start a YouTube
And I told
and
him
an
that.
Instagram. Because
I
I paid
told him
$1,000.
that.
I paid $1,000 to the
Yes.
modeling agencies thinking I was gonna go out to LA or they was gonna find me somebody. They would have me audition for like commercials and stuff like that. I would never get them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this, and I'm telling you, like when I was a little girl, I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer of some sort. I was gonna be trying to model, act, sing, something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I paid into it. Cause I'm like, I gotta look. I would go to these little casting calls. They would come in town. You hear them on the radio saying they want, man, I paid all my money for that. I would probably get like $15,000 of money I did not have back when I was like early 18, 17 to like 23. And if I would have had access to social and all that stuff now, all you need to do is get on Instagram,
Yes, it's much
show
different.
him acting.
It's different. It's much different. You get on there and be consistent and something. You start getting a few followers, then a little bit more. That's what it's about too. And they look for that. They look for your following as well.
I tell you, they scanning because I've seen stuff that we put on our show. And I'm like, okay, news is news. Like sometimes I go to like different sites to see what's going on, but then I will watch some of these mainstream shows. And I'm like, wait a minute, they did the show 2 days later, the content that we did, but then she made the same joke I made.
Right.
So they look at us lower folks to see what we doing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah. For sure.
They watch it, so it's
We know.
okay.
We definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even sound the same.
We experience
Yeah.
it.
I ain't say it like that.
Yeah. Out here.
They putting that sauce on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They're for their content.
Yeah.
They're looking for new
Yeah.
content, so that's where they get it from.
Yeah. So with grandson, do both. I mean, that works for some people, but
I think
social
Barbizon
media
is building up his confidence.
okay, yeah.
You know, and they do give them a lot. Yeah, they give them a lot of tips. But I told him it's going to take more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Ooh, well, it's amazing. I'm happy to be here, y'all.
Yeah,
happy.
we
I've been trying to
looking
get you for a
forward to
year.
this.
Okay.
Put it up in the
And
comment
when y'all
section.
sent me the dates too, I was like, give me the first date.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were on it. We
Yeah.
appreciate that
No,
so
thank
much. You
y'all.
did.
Thank y'all.
No, we.
And y'all
had
ever want to
some
come
people-
on our show to let them know, pub it, or whatever.
Yeah, let's do something fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out something fun.
Because since he
to do on
EP now, I
y'all
gotta
show.
have it. It's no pay y'all come on my show.
Y'all heard that, right?
LB.
You know,
LB.
Y'all heard that, right? You know what I'm saying? Rhea said it, y'all. It's not gonna happen now.
hard to get people who know y'all to support y'all? Y'all feel like a stranger will support y'all quicker than some people y'all know? I felt that way.
In my business, like our individual businesses,
in my individual business.
But in pull-up experience, we're all about collaboration over competition.
Okay.
And a lot of the people that we are intentional about reaching out to are people who are actively doing things, entrepreneurs or activists within the city.
Okay.
So we've all just celebrated each other.
Okay.
And we always come together. Our first thing we ever did was the speed networking.
Oh, yeah.
And we're introverts by nature, right?
I am too.
See, so you get it. Like, you social, I get the talking,
yes.
and I'm good.
So we're extroverted, because I don't take none of y'all as being introverts.
Really?
Yes. Introverts?
Yeah.
Are you an introvert?
Yes.
I am too.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, no. See? Yeah, they were like, you're an extroverted introvert. Like, I go out, but like, being around people sometimes. Like, when I'm doing stuff like this, I usually say no, because it'll drain me. Or like, my husband, he does a lot of social, like, he goes to events. He's like, come with me. I'm like, I can't, because it'll drain me. And so I'm like, I seem like I'm an extrovert, but at home I be like, just chilling. I'll get my little Friday video. So I think that's what confuses people, like when they meet me and I'm just like, oh, what's up? How you doing? They want to be like, what's up, Naya? You know. I don't take none of y'all as introverts. What?
Yeah.
No, listen.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a very good business. You can't be.
Yeah.
No.
You can't.
If you
stay
notice
in
on
your
my
shell.
page on the wine, you won't hardly ever see me.
You are low key. Yeah. You are low key.
I find it better to make wine for other people.
Oh, okay.
Because they already promote their businesses tough, so then I don't have to do any of that. Yeah, here, I'll make you some wine. I'll create your own wine for you. You know.
You do that?
Oh,
Everybody in the city got one, all the way down to furniture stores. That's how we got all our guests. She just went in her Rolodex, like, who y'all want today? What kind of industry?
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
Episode 10 to 64.
Yeah, everybody got a signature wine.
Because I was always on the show, I always talk about like, I'm gonna have a cocktail one day because I always talk about drinking on the show. And I'm like the lady who, you ever see like, what's that show they be drinking wine in the morning? Is it Hoda? And,
Hoda.
Yeah.
Hoda. I like that.
And so we first
Hoda,
started.
and what's her name?
The one, it's a new lady now. It used to be
Oh, it
Hoda
used
and
to
Kathy
be
Lee,
Kathy
right?
Lee.
Yeah.
It used to
And
be
that was
Kathy
that Bush lady, I think. Or something like that. Yeah.
The Bush daughter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forget her name, but they be having wine, so I used to be like, can I have a glass of wine up here? And like, they do always laugh me off, and I'm like, you know what? So now on the show, I always talk about I'm gonna have like, I need a cocktail, I need a drink, I need a drink. So I know that's gonna be one of my goals one day. So maybe I have to get you to make me something.
Yes, I do. I have a few
tailgating
clients
Tailgating wine.
that you know, they tell me what their vision is, and let's talk about that. Brings us to how I met you.
Yep.
Free, who is part of the team that owns Zanzibar Euclid and the New Fin and Feathers, which is in Atlanta and Cleveland.
He got one in Atlanta?
No.
Oh, that's the franchise.
Team,
Oh, okay.
It's franchise.
Okay.
With
the one
it's like three or four in Atlanta. It's like 3 or 4 in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
But he introduced us,
Yeah.
and that's how I got on the show.
Yeah.
But Free, a few other people, they have their own signature wine. So what I do is I listen to their dream and what they want out of their wine. They bring it to the table, and I create that for them.
Oh, you didn't tell me that when she was on the show
I
last time.
I don't even think I had one yet. I don't even think I had my first client yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
And right across the street, the Ford Bistro and Wine Bar, like they have 2 signature wines that is only sold there.
You do?
It's not sold.
It's a
yes,
plum.
it's not Merlot.
And it's a Moscato. They got 2 now.
They have a pineapple Riesling. Pineapple, but it's only sold there. So you have to, you know what I'm saying? If they want to sell it to stores, liquor stores, or whatever, if she wants to sell it to wherever she wants to sell it, but you can't get it anywhere but there or here. Okay. When I have it in stock, but I mostly make it for them.
I didn't know that.
So it's their own creation. So you know, some lounges they need something like that. They are big wine. Yeah, they have a big wine crowd, and they need something that people are like, ooh, you know, I love their wine. You know, stuff like that. So I do that. But that's
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
They come to they came to me for that, and yeah, that's how I met a lot of people, honestly, through the wine, and I just don't get out in front, and that's my
wine
thing.
does get everybody talking.
Yeah,
it really does.
And this one especially.
Yeah, that's this right here. Can I ask y'all, what are y'all zodiac signs?
Capricorn.
Oh my God, there's 2 different Capricorns and an Aquarius.
Okay.
Right.
Capricorn be about that money.
Man, I can't say they some hustlers.
Yeah.
I love them to death.
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
Oh, okay. I'm an Aries. Okay.
Oh, my baby.
A lot of my best friends are Aries. I mean, excuse me, Capricorn. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
Really?
You know what?
What's that?
It took a minute to get used to them.
Cause y'all be slow moving. Y'all be like to think about stuff. And
Yes,
well,
y'all
think
are
about what I wanna
very.
do.
Yes, y'all are very. I love everything about him. It's like, yeah, he's my. But it took some getting used to for sure.
We
But now that now that we
understand each other,
it's worth that. You know, it's definitely worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. I enjoy myself. Like, I just appreciate y'all reaching out because usually I'll be like, I don't really like this.
No, we
podcast can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You start saying talking crazy. That's how all these celebrities get in trouble. Yeah. I'm like, they start talking for too long, you know. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all being responsible with y'all.
We
doing a good
when
thing.
it's conversations around elevation.
Yeah.
So it's really just to uplift. Like we pull up, like we want to come see you or you come see us, but mostly we want to pull up. Like we gonna grow together.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
we know y'all have a hell of an audience already, but. You know, somebody might not know that y'all came back on after COVID. Or somebody might, you know.
We still need people like, what y'all doing nowadays? I'm like, I ain't watching the show.
That's it. So to our viewers, they're back on, and you already know they have you engaged. They have hella content. The content is always on. I love seeing the positivity and, like I said, the black love. So y'all know they back out here just in case. But anybody who didn't know,
Come and pull up with them. Go on the trips. Start to really stay engaged.
For real, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Listen.
Okay.
So you talked about your time and the things that you wanted to do, and I know that the show is one of them. And I know that you said you want to grow the show so it's not just a Cleveland-based show.
Right.
So what is it that you want to? What do you see in the future for Maria?
Okay. So in the future, I see myself doing something with like fitness. I realize I really like food, fitness, beauty, entertaining. So I was like, it would be nice if I could have like my own gym. Then I was like, I don't really want to have my own gym. I really just like working out. So I was like, what about like fitness apparel or something like that? And I'm a licensed esthetician, so I'm all about like taking care of your skin. Oh yeah.
That's why your skin are so
girl. And everybody always be asking me, what do you use? I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if I could just, cause like private label and stuff like that.
You with that oil.
Yeah, I am with that spray. I don't play with my spray. And people always ask about my hair too, so I'm like, I should probably sell the spray that I made because it just works wonders for my hair. And then like when it comes to skincare, I'm like, why would I can show them what I'm using, but it's like I can just look on the back and be like, I can just get this, product and sell it myself.
Sure,
so
you have an audience, especially if people are asking.
They're asking, and I feel like, dang, I'm missing out on a few bags.
Yeah.
I think, but that comes from I don't want to blame anybody. I think it's like coming from like not having like a family of entrepreneurs or someone. Some people have people in the business, and they like their daddy's a dentist. He'll tell you how to start your own dentistry. Your own, practice. It's just like not having somebody say, if I want to manufacture some women's leggings, like somebody for that, or you know someone that can give me some vitamin E oil because I love it on my skin. I just want to sell it for myself. Like not having those connections. You know what I mean? And so I think I need to just
the pull up.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
That is what that is one of the reasons why we want people to see. We want to have people on here that can help that person that has no clue of how to get started, what to do.
Stay tuned, y'all work on something too.
Yes. And then we do have networking events.
Yes.
We have networking events. We do speed networking, where you're networking with a purpose and you're talking to people and I talk to so and so. They can help me. She can help me. I have their information. Let me, so you can reach it. So that's what our purpose is to highlight what we have so people know and can support, but also to help the people that don't know how to start at all.
And get a support. A lot of people don't have support. A lot of people, go out there and they go out there by themselves. And like we all know, it's a community effort. You all there by yourself, and you're just doing it by yourself, and then you lose the momentum, and the next thing you know, the business.
It's been 5 years. You're like,
So,
that's one thing too. Like other communities do it.
Every one
of them wagons and
everyone
help each other out. So we gotta get into that. I love what y'all doing. Like, that's what it's about. I think too, like schooling. Like schooling teach us to Like, we didn't graduate or we didn't come, from high school knowing how to run a business, to operate a business. I think they really, they keep theirs going. Yeah, how to be workers, not owners. Yeah.
We got something coming soon.
Yeah, I want to say it, but I
little tease. Yeah,
we're going to help people out with that. Yeah, we want to help people out with that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
How to start a business.
So apparel, makeup. Yeah.
Apparel, skincare. I used to do like cooking videos on YouTube. I'm like, I could just do.
So you did like 6 years ago.
I know. And I looked back at YouTube because I haven't been on there, and it's like those were like, I got a lot of views on those. And I didn't feel like anybody was. It's weird because you post stuff on YouTube.
Used to like the chicken chili.
Yeah, the chicken chili. Yeah. And it's like you think nobody's watching, and I go back on there. I'm like, wait a minute, got that many views? But I do I'm like one of those intentional people. I turn my notifications off because I don't want to be like I don't like to be distracted because I know how I can get. And I went back on there. I was like, wait a minute, the people must have really they like my food, they like my fitness, and they like my comedy. So if I can find a way to get a bag in each one of those, it's all about having like multiple streams of income.
Oh
right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
And so I just gotta sit back down and focus.
That's what it is. Just making time to do it, and like you said, knowing what direction to move in, especially for if you're talking about ordering oils and organic things for your hair. You gotta know the best vendors and stuff like that. I know somebody that I'm a send your way. Yeah, I know somebody.
I think too is that part of me being like a procrastinator because then I'll be like, I don't want to put anything out there because they know you, Josh, and then it's tied to your name. Yeah,
you know my name. You know my name.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
Oh, is that
what they call me? Because I'm the same way. They call me Beyonce. But yeah, you just do it. Yeah, you just do. I'm learning from them. I'm learning from them to just do it like they are. When they put me on the show, they were like, boom, responding with everything, very intentional, everything like on top of it, and I went home like, man, I was calling her money off the rip. I'm like, that's money right there. I said she has something wonderful out here. She's about her business.
Are you an executor? Would you say?
Yes,
absolutely. I would say.
Wow.
I would say.
But not in the bad way. Not in the bad way. We gotta get it done. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay.
I'll pump your head up.
He said, because I don't definitely want to get as big as yours. I want to fit through the doorway.
This guy
too.
Are you an executor as well?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
He put us together. He is the glue.
He was the catalyst for all of this.
I appreciate that, y'all. Y'all got that on camera.
They heard it.
Okay.
They heard it.
Yeah. It's the one show y'all probably be watching.
Right.
They both just complimented each other. Yeah, that's it.
Right. They gonna catch it too, cause they gonna watch you, Maria. They gonna be like, wait a minute, what did that? What
That is so funny.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send a question that everyone knows I ask. Everyone we got on the show. Y'all have a signature question like y'all ask all y'all people.
What?
Y'all like signature question or signature thing you got to ask your guests on the show?
Oh, we on the show. Josh always asks them like, when it's like a musician or artist, like how do they get in the game or how they get in the zone for a performance? And then I always ask them, what advice would they give? We got a lot of it's weird because we went over our demographics. I always go on tangents. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
No. We got a list of our demographics for our audience. They're like, we ain't never seen nothing like this. We got people from 18 to like 60 watching the show. Was it 18 or 20? It was usually younger. They were y'all's friend. Y'all know him?
Yeah.
Oh, he waving.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Look, distracted. They're like, this is crazy because usually TV watchers are a little bit older.
Yeah.
So I think because our kids are involved and we talk about them a lot, we got some young people watching and we also post like TikTok videos and stuff like that. So I always ask our guests, like, is there any advice that they want to give to any young viewers watching that might want to go in your footsteps? And I wish somebody would have told me, really?
Great minds think alike.
Oh, God. You already know.
Yeah, there you go.
You got it like success leaves clues.
Yes,
so it's like, tell them, if we can have somebody watch the show that, I heard such and such say this, and it made me take these steps. I'd be proud. Yeah.
That's a great segue to my question.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
It was a setup. It was a setup.
Right. Setup, But so if someone's watching, they want to be like, okay, I want to do what Maria is doing. what advice would you give them from today's podcast, or something you might have said earlier, that to give them tangible steps to get to where you're at?
Tangible steps. I would say get started, and if you feel like, cause that's one of the advice my husband gave to me, because I was one of those people. Well, I didn't finish school, so I need to go to the Ohio Broadcasting School, or I need to read this book or go to this seminar, and it was just me procrastinating once again. And my husband was like, someone who has a degree in communications was like, it ain't nothing they could have taught me that would have prepared me to do this. You just got to get on TV or get it somewhere in front of a camera and just do it. And the more you do it, the easier to get. And when we first started Charlotte, we had like a week or 3 days of training?
That was it?
That was it. Yes. Yeah, and it was like half hour. It wasn't like an all day thing. And so it's really just got to get started. So whether you want to be like, a social media influencer, if you want to be on the news, because I originally probably what I thought it was, since I couldn't end up being like Beyonce, or I always wanted to be like Brandy or Monica, singer, or I wanted to be like Tyra, model. I used to try for America's Next Top Model. I just do I want to entertain. But as you start getting older, you start being like, you said me too?
No, I said that's dope.
Yeah, that's older. So as I started getting older, I was like, well, maybe I just go back to my original dream of just being a broadcaster. It's like reporting the news. And now that I do what I do, and I'm sitting in the studio with wonderful newscasters, I'm like, I couldn't do that. Because I'd be up there trying to get my opinion on the news, like, your job is to give it to you just
give it to them straight.
Not objective at all.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. I'm like, girl, you believe? I want to get scammed like that. I would be so restricted, and so you start giving up on yourself as you get older. You're like, well, they probably going to let me do this, or I probably need to go ahead and do this. I would say just get started. If you got a camera, a tripod, you can go on Amazon, put your phone up on a little prop, just get started, practice. And so when that moment comes, you are prepared. And if you have the resources, you can do the schooling and get the extra training and know the lingo. Because with my husband being an NFL player in this city, I believe that's how I was able to get in. Without, this not a typical situation. You know what I mean? They checking for Josh, and I'm like, well, Josh, like, y'all don't check for me at this point. Check for her because he believed in me. And so that's how I got my opportunity. But everybody doesn't have that type of situation where you can just walk in like that. So get your little schooling, get something under your belt, but put yourself out there and never be afraid to just make a fool of yourself. Somebody asks you to do something you probably can't do it, just try anyway. That's all. Just put yourself out there. Yeah. And be authentic. Yeah. Is that alright?
No, listen.
You alright, EP?
Y'all playing. I'll wear a shirt. I'll get EP on the back of my shirt.
EP, not PE. We don't want you to do the fitness.
So, okay, and I got one last question. So, legacy. We talk about it on the show quite a bit. What do you want your legacy to be for you as an individual, but then you want for your brand overall for the future?
My legacy for myself is. I never been asked that question.
I'm good.
You good. I got the baby.
Yeah, quiet the whole time. He's over there like this.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Right. I'm jumping with this right
Go ahead. Talk about
I would say my legacy, I would say for our brand is just a brand of like, maybe just like, I don't want to say black excellence because
that's a good one.
But I feel like that would put us too much because we're human. That would make it like we trying to just perfection. I would just say like I want to be a brand that's respected, that's trusted, that's that people can just count on. Like I know they wouldn't lead us in any wrong. They wouldn't put nothing out there that they wouldn't do themselves. You know what I mean? For myself, the legacy I would want to leave behind is just people knowing that she cared. That she cared about us. She wanted to make sure that she could use every resource possible to advance her people, because she loved her people that much and that she did the best that she could. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing like deep, but just solid. Like she truly, like she rode for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not about me. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great right there. I mean,
yes. What can you say after that?
Absolutely.
Well, again, we appreciate appreciate you being on the show.
Yes, thank you. I keep kind of like lean back. I want you to be able to see what's going on. No, okay.
No. Yeah, we all looked forward to this, and we're so excited to have you and share your infectious, genuine, just positive energy. Period. Like, yes, thank you so much.
I want to get this on record. I know this is y'all's show. But did y'all confirm that y'all were going to come on the show and talk about the podcast on our TV show?
Oh, yes.
Okay, would y'all come on to...
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Or we can see it Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to put that on wax. Okay. Okay, go pull up. Okay.
Absolutely.
The community needs to know and we broadcast to 4 million households. Not that we have 4 million viewers, but that's how far our broadcast goes. So you never know who's watching.
That's wonderful.
So I apologize ahead of time. I might be a little nervous, so I might do one.
Oh, no.
You acting like I am. I was up there like,
you did awesome. Man, no, I love what y'all doing.
So
what's the goal for this show? What's the goal?
So listen, we talked about, we got a couple things in the pipeline, but I don't think I've ever said this to y'all, but I really want to take this, like, make a segment part of the show, part of like a network or something like that, where they have this, where we can showcase our people and showcase the beautiful things we're doing inside Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? If Channel 8, Channel 5, you know what I'm saying?
Channel 19.
My bad.
I said all levels. That's the one thing about it, like, working in the TV industry, especially local, they try to put y'all against each other. I'm like, I don't have no problem with none of them.
No,
because we all broadcast, and whoever want to tune in, you can have your flavor, you know?
Yeah, cause I mean, I feel like I know we as a city, I know we talk about it all the time. One of the reasons why we created the podcast, because, you know, we believe in Cleveland that not enough we're showcasing each other.
Yep.
You know, we had the stigma that if a person's not popular or popping, that they don't get their flowers or get this recognition they deserve.
Man.
And if anything, our podcast has proven that there are extraordinary entrepreneurs, influencers, politicians, and people just doing great things that people don't even know that they're happening within their own city.
Right.
I think that I know, and Miss Pablo over here, she's popular.
Yeah, she know everybody.
Me and Marquita.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't know half the people we knew on the show, but once again, they're doing great things. Yeah. I think we just got to do more than, like you said, uplift each other, like what you got to do in your show.
That's what it's about.
You know, so.
Absolutely. I just want to say one thing about that because I just feel really good right now. Just, you know, thinking back to everybody that we've had on the show, how dope they are, and just want to keep it going, you guys. And it's all because of you. You know, you guys tune in. You guys tune in. We never expected this. Wow. We never expected this. So it's a true blessing, you know, and we just want to keep it going, not only to have content for our viewers to see, but to put all of these businesses out here so that we can continue to support each other and have a network of, just like I said, I got some money I'm going to send your way. So we can be like, oh, okay, I need this. Oh, well, I know where to go. I need that. I know where to go. Yeah. I'm talking about everyday things. Yeah. You know, I want to make it so that we want to make it so that our community is strong in that way, so that we have each other to support each other. And it's important, and we want to keep this momentum going. Absolutely. We all know Cove put us out there. Cove made a bunch of creativity, you know, so
everybody creators.
We want to keep the momentum going, and we want to support each other. Period. We want this is to be permanent. We want this to be permanent. Yeah. That this is the way we can do this for our kids and show them that, hey, we got a grocery store, we have a bank, we have all of this that we can support each other and build a stronger community. So
I think that's the thing too. Like, it doesn't cost you nothing to support someone, and you know what I've realized too is the universe has an infinite supply of whatever we need. So if I send a customer your way, that ain't gonna take no money from me because something gonna come my way. You know, I've been blessed the most when I've given stuff away. Like, man, I'll give my last away sometimes. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I should have did that. Next thing I know, I'm getting a check in the mail or somebody like, you know what, I owed you this $4,500 from this. Like, you have to support people. It'll come back to you, period. It's like, some people, I don't know if you feel like you in a small city. For example, if I was getting my hair done one time, my hairdresser was going out of town. She was like, I gotta go out of town, emergency. I can't do you. I'm like, okay, can you give me somebody who can do me? It's like she didn't want to. It's like, wait a minute, like you got your people. Like if it's meant for me to go somewhere else, then that's what it's meant to be. Just not go to somebody one time and you can't do me. So why would you not let me patronize someone? You know what I mean?
Right.
We just got this. And I don't even want to say crabs in a barrel, but we just got this mentality that we have to break. We can support each other.
We must break.
We can compliment each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not gonna take away from us either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love what I'm sorry. I love what
please do it.
I'm telling you.
No, listen.
We have to support each other.
That's very true.
Because what God has for me is for me.
Absolutely.
You know, and what God has for y'all. I can't take it away. And I can try to take it away. It's gonna come right back to you.
Listen.
You know? So I'm sorry.
No, this
Then it must be the wine I ain't drank yet.
No, you're good. You're good. This is great.
This is
This is
awesome.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Y'all trying to rap and I interrupted you?
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
good.
I got a tendency to do that. Okay.
We good.
Okay.
Yeah, you was saying stuff that need to be said.
Right.
Need to be heard.
Yeah, we gotta
Exactly.
support each other. I'm
Exactly.
telling you, other communities do.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
They always
not.
have.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Brandon and Steve last week, telling them that, I can remember when, one family, not just mom, dad, and the kids. We talking about uncle, aunt, grandma, everybody was in one household. And a lot of races still do that. And that is how they become, they had their money together. Because they like, oh,
Let me know when I can
we're
say
not
something.
going anywhere until it's time to go. Period. So we all going to be up in here until it's time to go.
Period.
And we got away from that. We don't do that anymore. Not to say, y'all know I don't want to
Because we need our space. I can't be living with her like that. My sister get on my nerves.
Why don't we have a big enough house so it can happen?
Thank you.
I don't care what we do. Whatever we need to do, we need to do it.
Man, if I let you come over my house right now, right? If you pull up, you will see this house next door to me. They just brought it. It's probably about 8 or 9 cars in the driveway, right? And so what I realized what they doing is they able to get these homes, and they all like they have the grandmas. Sometimes like they got the great grandmas, grandmas, mom, dad, all the kids, they husbands. And I'm like, you know how much they saving by living with each other? And then they probably living there temporary little inconvenience for a few years to stack so I can go and just buy my own instead of going somewhere to rent. Cause like I moved out when I was 18. I was like so pressed to get out. I ain't had no money to be moving out. You know what I mean? Not being up was broke. Could have been broke ever since. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what they doing is they staying in these houses. And then they stacking up. And I think I heard on the Steve Harvey show, he had like I think an Indian man on there. He was saying how
they definitely
they can't move out till he get like 250 so he can buy his house, not rent. So I can buy. In one of the Steve Harvey episode, he had this talk show. He had to save enough money to actually buy his home. His parents won't let him move out until he can buy a home, and then he have his wife and things like that. So that's what they doing. So we so used to, I need my space. My sister get on my nerves. I can't. And me myself think I could live with my mom.
I don't know.
But to save money so I can stack and buy me a house, I could.
If we bring the next generations up that way, then they'll be comfortable with that situation. So it won't be a can I. It will be this is what has to be done.
This is what we doing.
Right. Because I'm not going to tell. I can't. No.
You ain't make your boyfriend up in here now. Ain't nobody gonna run into me.
But if you bring if you bring the next generation up like that, like okay, you go to college, you stay here, you get your money together, but I'm gonna make sure you saving that money and you're being responsible.
You ain't going to Aruba with us. No. You got money to save. That's what it's about. Y'all changing the game with this. Y'all gonna free some people. Y'all gonna put some insight into some people. Y'all gonna shake some things up. People need to hear it. Because it could be a lot of junk y'all could be doing podcasting on. This is a goal right here.
Thank you.
I thought we were gonna do a whole like black renaissance, like COVID just put us through a surge of just like I said, everyone creating content, everyone's creating business, everyone was like, okay, we all sitting down, but with us sitting down, what can we do during the time? And like you seen people creating businesses, creating this, creating that, creating courses. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It really is and whatnot. So
I tell you, we so creative too.
Oh yeah.
Like I hate to put us up against anybody. We so creative. Like we
no
just
question.
I be looking at when we be doing our show. I be like, man, anybody could be up here doing this because we got personality.
Yeah.
You know, you got some funny cousins, and I'm like anybody that I know can sit up here and do this show, and we getting paid to do it. Thank God, I love my opportunity. But it's like we just so creative. We don't know it. We so beautiful. You know, we set the standards.
Period.
We create the genres of music that's going to
do.
get sold. We create the style.
We do.
We are the culture.
We do.
Yeah.
Just
Tap
think if
into
we
it.
weren't here,
Man, what would it be?
what would that look like?
Yeah, for real.
We are the season.
Yeah.
I say that. Like, I mean, and it's not to be trying to, you know, like you said,
It's
I want to
nobody
make,
else.
it like you said, I want to, we have a diverse show.
Yeah.
We want everybody to watch. It's content for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm being realistic. I'm being honest. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel that anything popping.
Mm-hmm. We create it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
I agree.
It really
We
does.
just don't know how, because it was suppressed for us for so long.
Yeah.
That we weren't nothing. We weren't worth nothing. Couldn't be nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. Don't look like your skin too dark, your lips too big, your butt too big, your thighs too big.
And look.
I got this stuff to put in there and make your ass too big, your skin too dark.
Yeah.
That's,
We
I mean, I
tap
just.
into how
Yeah.
every lie that was told about us, ignore that. You know, and this podcast right here, what y'all doing right here, it's gonna wake some people up. We waking up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, it's
waking up a
definitely.
little faster than usual.
We
Yeah,
got
we
here.
got it.
We got it.
Slumber, yeah.
Wait a minute.
What you mean I can start a business? What you mean I can have multiple streams of income?
Right.
What you mean I can work with my brothers and sisters across the street? They won't take nothing from me.
Exactly.
You know, what you mean I can do it right here in Cleveland?
Right.
You know, I ain't gotta move to Atlanta.
Girl!
And one person go to Atlanta? What is going on down there?
Man.
You know what's happening? You know what they
A
had
black
before
Mecca.
we
That what
did?
it is? Yeah, like Mecca. Yeah.
But you know what they had before we did?
Yeah.
Cause my sister and brother live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
My cousins, my sister live in Chattanooga, which is like 3 hours
Tennessee,
away.
yeah.
Tennessee. I go down there as often as I can, and my sister pointed out a couple years ago. She was like, you know, the issue that we have in Atlanta is that we can't find good help. Now I know that's going on everywhere now, but this was prior to this.
What you mean good help?
Good help because everybody is an entrepreneur.
Everybody wanna be the boss.
Everybody is an entrepreneur, and she was like, and everybody has a business, so the people that will work, they don't take pride in their work, and they don't respect their job because they like, I can go next door. I can go next door. I can go right there. I can go right there, and I can go right there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a situation to where you have so many bosses and not enough work.
Not enough. Not enough.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
So
But
that's
I do
the
feel like
problem.
a great way to combat that, because you think like 100 years ago, the other 20s, like 1920s, everybody who was entrepreneurs, especially in the North, like the black people who were entrepreneurs, the biggest thing was, I'm contracting your services. So if you was a chimney sweep, or if you were into maid service or housekeeping, if you were into landscaping, you're not necessarily working strictly for me under my whatever. I'm paying your price as an independent contractor, and I'm paying for your services. And so now we're still just working still with each other and kind of circulating the dollar within our community still, and we're still supporting all these black businesses, and we kind of got our own, similar to like Tulsa and all that before it got ransacked. But you know, that's how it works.
Bomb.
Oh, he gave the details on that.
Oh, yeah.
On that, what I told you.
Okay. I gotta watch that. Oh, okay. That was a massacre.
Yes.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's basically how we have to become, or we kind of have to recreate. And not to say we have to do that, but if you know, because a lot of people are like, you know, entrepreneurship is not for me. I'm okay with being a worker. Or I'm okay with being a salesperson. Amazing. And not to say you need to be an entrepreneur, but if you decided to start a business in your area, genius. You operate in your area, just like a doctor. You can start your own practice. Or whatever that may be. However that looks, I'm contracting out your services. So I'm still
business.
Right, and you're still technically doing what you love to do.
Right.
But you're able to do it for so many people. You're not just doing it for me or for him. It's everybody. You're still able to kind of collect where you're not working 40 hours or whatever, still not even calculating travel time and all the rest of that when you think $1 per hour and time.
That makes sense. Because now you are your own entity. I'm paying into it. You can take this. You can go show your profit laws. Go get some stuff from the bank. Scale. Go get some business credit.
Show the kids what it look like, even if they just helping you. Because a lot of times, like even if we do, because I think our generation now is big on my kids gonna have 800 credit score. me giving it to you if I'm not keeping you in a position to maintain it.
Right.
It's one thing to attain it, but if you can't maintain it, you're gonna be like MC Hammer. Yeah. And no shade to MC Hammer, you know, we too legit to quit if you want to ever come bust it. But you know, that's just on the financial literacy side, or literacy period, not just finances, but understanding the opportunities that are available just at home. Yeah. You know, a lot of times we go looking in the streets because we feel like we don't get it at home, and a lot of times it's because our parents out grinding. They are trying for us, but take me with you while you go. Let me see a different ride. Let me just ride.
I felt like my mom, like, not my mom, because it's my mom and my dad. A part of me, like, was like, man, they failed me, like, you know, but I had to change my perspective. They didn't know any better. They was too busy trying to just make a living for themselves, you know, like barely making enough money to put food on the table, and, you know, maybe we go to Cedar Point every summer, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not their fault they couldn't teach us what they didn't know, but now we know better. Like, Angela, you know better, you do better. That's great, because it's so much out there to get, though, too. That's one thing, you know, you gotta tap into it. Man.
That's all I got. So I ain't gonna bore y'all no more.
Nah, that's what it's about.
No, that's important. Truly,
it is.
Truly. It's important for this next generation to know. Yeah. You know, they need to know all of it. They need to know that we can work together and we can have that. You know? And I was talking to everyone before the show about a show that a friend of mine suggested that I watch, and it's called Who We Are. And it's called, I think the subtitle might be Racism in America. It's not exactly that, but it's on Netflix, and it touched on Tulsa, and it touched on a lot of stuff for us to be like this and then get up out the bed and make things happen. Right. You know, and I felt like it was a strong message for us to do what we're talking about through this entire show. One thing I want to say real quick, I didn't know whether I should save this for after the show for our conversation, but right now, but it just blew my mind about Tulsa. And I never saw this on anything that they ever put on television about Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it was called The Stairs to Nowhere, I think they may be called, or something like that. But if you ride down some of the streets in Tulsa, where Black Wall Street was, they have stone steps leading into nothing but grass. And you can see where all the houses were built. All the houses were built. There's so many sets of steps, and I never knew that. I was like, wow. That's like step after step, and you can see where each house was built because the stones, and they're nice, and they're kept up. The steps are still there. Not crumbled up, not broke up, not, you know, they're stepping up into nothing, you know, and they say they call it to nowhere because the houses were never rebuilt. Nothing was ever rebuilt. No.
I was watching some of the, they had those hearings where they were trying to, I think it's 3 or 4 survivors still alive, maybe 2. And they're trying to still get reparations. They're still alive. 2 survivors,
they had one lady on there. She was like, I'm 100 and...
that one. One man, too.
Okay.
And that's sad. I thought at first you thought you meant the stairs were there, like, intentionally as a monument. You're saying those were the stairs to the homes that burned down.
Yes.
And they're still there.
You can ride down and the stairs are still there. Like, you know, you can tell that it was houses because they're right after each other. After each other. Staircase here, staircase there, And I was like, wow, I never saw that. You know? And I didn't know. They always tried to say that it was the government, but supposedly, and I know we getting off into something else. That's all right.
Some people probably never heard of what happened to
Tulsa. People rented these planes, and they threw not kerosene, but something else flammable. That's what they were throwing out of the plane. They rented these planes. He did his research. The planes were rented. And basically, he was saying, "I want y'all to watch it." But you know, there were a lot of facts that about a little bit of everything that I had no idea about, and you know, very eye opening. And just I talk about things like that on the show, and I always go back to that. And they'll tell you that I always, in our conversation, I'll go back to things like this. And I talk about that because it bothers me, just like I'm sure it bothers all of us, the rates of homicide and murders amongst Black people. And one thing that I always talk about for sure is it's not a black on black crime because it's not a white on white crime. It's not an Asian on Asian crime. It's not a it's not. It's just a way to make everything
put that label,
worse.
that narrative on.
Yes.
There. Yeah.
So I never say black on black crime, but the rate of homicide, especially in Cleveland, it's just like I want to wake these young people up.
Yeah.
I want to wake them up. I want them to know that it can be so much better.
Right.
And I understand you might be from a broken home. Or sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes kids just get out here and they just want to have something to prove, or they want to be tough, or want to be whatever the situation may be. But it's just, if we can grab anybody, I want to grab entrepreneurs, but if we can grab anybody, I want to grab the kids so that they can see that they can do this.
It's better than your better than your circumstance or what you see in your neighborhood. It's important. It starts with them. And you talk about your grandson. They so much more smarter than us. This generation Z and under, they know how to work computers. They
come out the womb on that.
Thank you.
They be on the phone like
locking
your phone and all
that. And so we I understand what you're saying. We don't mean like when we talk like this. We don't mean. I know I'm sure y'all don't either. To leave anybody else out, but we sometimes gotta speak specifically to our people because we've been through so much in this country. So it's like anybody look. If you look at our history, it's like critical race theory. Do we really want to know? Because would it depress some of us? Wouldn't it piss us all off?
That's how I felt. I watched it last night.
You
That's
gotta
how I
know.
felt. I was angry.
That's what we're intentional about. I gotta lift you up because if you really knew what happened, you probably walk around with a little PTSD and all that. You know what I mean? So we gotta pour into our own and build up our own because we behind when it comes to the confidence. We behind when it comes to the education. We behind when it comes to the access to resources. So I got to do this for my people.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going up out of here.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah.
That's how I'm going up out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Y'all doing a good job. Y'all make me proud.
We it's a collective.
Yes, it is. It's definitely a collective.
And now you're alumni, so on top of that, you're alumni.
I'm alumni.
Right. Yes.
We appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate you, and we appreciate. Normally we would have stopped the camera, and this is the conversation we have after, and then we end up turning the camera back on.
And we come back in.
Because it gets so good after the show. We be like, put that. But we got it all, and we want to keep the conversation positive in that way with the show. And any questions or anything people want to talk about, hit us up in the comments.
Absolutely.
And, anything you guys think we need to touch on, and just being there for each other, just supporting each other, period. We really, really appreciate you coming on the show. It's amazing to have people like you, and like I said, this is so many dope black people in Cleveland, Ohio, just doing their thing, and we love it. We want to hit each and every one of y'all. We want to hit each and every one of y'all. And if we not, we coming.
We coming.
We coming.
We on the way.
It's like tag, y'all in.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Hey, listen. You were here last week, Money. The kid was like, "Why are we doing two?" She was like,
"He laughed so much he can't even say it."
Because the kid got up. She's like, "Brad, why are we doing two?" They said, "Anybody doing two interviews a week?"
I went off on it.
She did.
You want more? He went up. No, he.
We've been doing two a week.
We've been doing Tuesday and Thursday, and it just take away from our family or just it's time consuming.
It's time consuming.
Not that we don't want to do it. Jeff Brown, shout out to Jeff Brown.
Yeah.
Jeff Brown, who also has his own podcast, the Jeff Brown Show. He got on and educated us like, oh no, we wrap everything up in one day. So that's what we've been doing.
Like a weekend.
Yes.
We're gonna have
Can you imagine
today
and Thursday?
Every
my bad, y'all.
Okay.
We took off.
And then I'm up here. I feel bad. I'm talking all long.
No. We usually do 2 interviews.
Okay. On Tuesday. Okay.
So we booked you by yourself.
Okay.
We didn't put anybody behind.
Okay.
Because we knew we was gonna talk you to
We
death.
was gonna talk.
Yeah.
We all both talking to death. All like this. We got her. Get it in.
So but I was like, Brandon, you mean to tell me nobody else out here doing 2 days a week like that? I was so mad at him. Like, how dare you? It worked. It worked out.
Podcast, they do a season. Like, okay, we gonna, not feel the need to come here. Like we just do knock it out.
So
the reason you'll have your content for the whole 6 months or
because I work with Capricorns. And when they in the mood, they in the mood. And when you give them the opportunity to fall back, they will. And then it's going to be hard to reel it back in. So we were like, we not going to do seasons. We're going to go straight through. And then we're going to hold each other accountable. So we couldn't do nothing else.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So we've been working. And we have so many people. We had a wait list.
You had a wait list for a long time.
In December. No.
We book people for like months in advance.
Yeah, me for months in advance. When y'all hit me up, I'm thinking it's gonna be like.
I went up on them, Maria.
Oh,
I went up on him. It wasn't them. It was them.
Can you come in July? I was like, oh, it's like that.
I was like, I just broke in the middle of our text thread one day, like, we got Maria. When is Maria coming on? He was like July. I was like July. I was like, you got the ball over there with little homie. I was like, you dropped the ball.
My bad.
I would have came whenever.
What we did was we did Tuesdays and Thursdays and some Sundays, because if we have somebody that has a hectic, busy schedule and everything, you know, that we need to have on, we would do a Sunday. So that's why I was like, Brandon, what are you doing
on Sunday, right?
My bad.
She's not on a Sunday.
You learned it, and I appreciate you, Maria.
No, I appreciate it. I done been here.
That's why y'all lost that EP title.
I ain't the one got me booked out months.
Look.
But that's a good sign. Y'all booked.
Listen.
Y'all booked and busy.
So if y'all ain't here yet, if y'all haven't seen them yet, they are coming. We promise. We are trying.
Yeah, we got some
everybody
treats.
in here.
We got some treats.
Oh, yeah,
we always try to, you know,
We
everybody doing their thing here.
No, listen.
Everybody doing their thing in Cleveland. We gotta put them on.
Yeah. It makes me proud when I be seeing people from Cleveland like make it or get some big deal. I'm like, yes, putting us on the map, baby.
That's all right.
Crazy. It's a beautiful thing. Really.
All right, Entrepreneur, you ready to do your thing?
You gotta pay some bills.
You gotta pay some bills.
Bill paying. We got big spender here, so now I'm just kidding. No, seriously, we do always like to talk about everybody in the show who helps us, who sponsor us. But before we even get started with that, whether you guys want to catch up or keep up with Maria, her husband, or anything happening with Cribs and the CLE, we definitely want you guys to check your local listings. They're usually on channel 19. But for all of you guys who are not here in the city as well, they are able to stream on the 19 actually.
Yeah, the channel 19 is like the news app. Yeah, on Roku, all those things.
Grab the app and it's actually on the Roku TV. Pull it up. Cribs and the CLE. Y'all make sure y'all catch up, keep up. Go to Ariba with us, cause pull up on us. Let's make it bigger. We had 44 last time. Let's get 216. That's on the Cleveland side. Outside of that, y'all know exactly where we at. Y'all see the wine bottle, so y'all know what it is. 4425 Mayfield Road. We are here at 2U Wines. One black-owned, woman-owned, 14% alcohol. Handcrafted and curated wine. It's the best in the city, and as you know, everybody got a bottle. It's so good. Everybody's making their own signature wine. So if you would like to be one of those entrepreneurs or even a birthday specialist who would like to have their own case of wine, feel free to contact Nakia. Again, the address here is 4425 Mayfield Road, South Cleveland, Ohio, 44121. She also does tasting. She does wine down Wednesday sometimes. And we got Sunday brunches with wonderful meal pairings. Yes, we are totally outside. Patio is open. But she does actual meal pairings. So every Sunday you can actually sign up because it is limited space. You get you a nice, wonderful plate. It's the bomb, y'all. And you actually get the perfect wine to pair with that as a taste as part of that whole package. So it's definitely something different to do in the city. If y'all are looking for a vibe, if y'all want to come pick Nakia brain, y'all, let us have Tuesdays and Thursdays, as we said. But feel free to pull up on her. Make sure y'all continue to support and sponsor her business. On top of that, we got my bro, not your average agent. If you're looking to buy a house or at least get your credit together to put you in a position to do so, my bro, yes, he does.
You wouldn't even tell me that, EP.
Yeah, he is the bomb. Brandon actually has an initiative to get 100 homeowners in Cleveland. So whether you are looking to buy, sell, or even learn to buy or sell houses, he is definitely the one that you want to hit up. He actually recruits agents. If you are looking to get into the industry, he'll be happy to answer your questions. Your credit, if you need help getting that together to buy it, he's not your average agent because he's not looking for the perfect buyer. He's looking to hold your hand through the process to make sure that you feel though you're the perfect buyer, so we can get what you're looking for. He'll answer the phone as long as we ain't filming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But make sure you guys hit us up, y'all. He is definitely there to hold you through the whole process. He will be. Don't even worry about it. We about to go get some quesadillas after this. Behind the camera, y'all, we got our boy Steve, Alien Eyes Photos. His photos are out of this world. Now, Steve specializes in event photography and videography. So if you guys are looking for a special day and a great way to commemorate that, something that is always going to be perfect for that is the photos and the videos that come along with that. Steve has great packages at affordable rates, perfect turnaround times, and as long as we ain't filming, he's available. Our next person behind the camera, our creative director, her name is Angie, and that is Where's Arlo's Photos. Now, before we had all these drones with the Gen Zers, we had Arlo. She's skipping over freeways, she's climbing sand dunes, she's getting that photo that not many people see. So any type of Vogue editorial, especially for your headshots, product photography, things of that nature, make sure y'all hit our girl up. Again, everybody's going to be linked below. I'm Marquita, Beneficial Bay. I'm going to help you with your sales funnels and systems. I definitely paid her for that one. We definitely get your organic marketing going. So if you guys are looking to list, build, and grow your following organically without paying so much for ads and marketing and all that great stuff, we're definitely going to get you together on that side. On top of me, we also have our girl Kanisha. Now, we talked about Steve catching a moment. Kanisha's the one who makes it. Now, her name of her business is at All Locations 216. If you're looking for the marquee letters, the old school cabaret style bohemian chairs, any type of tables, chairs, balloon arches, or anything else to make it from a moment to magical. She's the one that you definitely want to hit up. Again, her name's Kanisha. That's at All Occasions 216. They are located off of Broadway in Maple Heights, Ohio, but they will come to you, bring all the stuff, set up and take down is all on them. Perfect package. Last people we definitely want to shout out is Social Master. Now we all know how it is when you out, everybody, ooh, can I get your card? And we gonna give it to Maria, and she gonna have the best intentions when she take it, but she ain't gonna call us. And not because she don't love us, she ain't got time for all that, and it's gonna go to the bottom of her purse, she gonna forget. Charge to her head, not a heart. Not a heart, But we gonna switch it up now. We got credit card type business cards. They come with a QR code and NFC.
Just scan that joint.
That's right. You got all our socials, contact information, PayPal and Cash App if you're trying to get paid real quick. All her address, everything you need to know will be right there. You add her to your contacts, you have that information. That's Social Master. Again, we'll be linked down below as well.
The wood grain.
We got the wood grain card.
I've never seen a wood grain card.
It's the bomb.
Just take your phone and scan over it. All the info come up.
Everything. Add it to contact. You'll know everything that you can stay in touch, all the way down to
all the business
and all that.
Oh my goodness!
It's an amazing tool to grow yourself. You know, everybody's doing business, but when you want to present as a boss, or even if you like me, you don't like to waste money on paper, or you know, buying 10,000 cars and only 300 cars come back. Scam me, you know what I'm saying? Don't play with me. That is pretty much how we doing it, y'all. There's so many things going wrong in the city. As much as we know, we will definitely continue to spread the word. We will be coming back with our in-person events. We'll probably get y'all another speed network because y'all been asking for it. October will be coming soon, so we'll be doing another dating game for entrepreneurs. You know how it is when bosses date bosses. So we're gonna put y'all on. Don't worry. Make sure you guys stay tuned, and we actually just want to thank y'all for tuning in and continuing to support us. So from the YouTube, the Instagram, all of our audio platforms, thank you so much. And Maria, thank you so much for taking the time.
This was awesome.
This was
real.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm just chilling with the family. I'm sorry.
We are family.
You heard it. Episode 64?
64.
64, y'all.
Listen, y'all.
No more Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
She on to you now.
I know.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
It's fun.